So the importance of clues, our soul's growth. This is proven by the NDE Life Review that we as souls are on a growth trajectory. And it's the NDE literature is rife with these kinds of statements. I was told that I had a long history of past lives filled with anger, aggression, and hate. We reincarnate to learn different things, impossible in a single lifetime. That's from NDERF.org. I think all of these are from the same website at this point. There was a review of my life in this body and also my past lives. I was the judge as to the benefit and value of each experience, which contributed to an end result. And last, I also knew that if I didn't come back at this time in this body, I would return to Earth School in another body to finish what I was here to do. So again, if you go to IANDS.org or NDERF.org, any of these kind of sites, or there are many, many books out there, the proof it sort of comes through people's NDEs. They're all returning with the same kind of messages regarding our soul's growth. The one I want to mention in particular was the NDE of Dr. Rajiv Party. And that's him right there. He was his book is Dying to Wake Up, A Doctor's Voyage into the Afterlife. And Dr. Party was a chief anesthesiologist at Bakersfield Hospital in California. And he was secretly addicted to the painkillers that he would give to his patients. In addition, at this point in his life, before his NDE, he had a bad relationship with his son. He was very abusive to him, mentally, and I believe somewhat physically as well. In his NDE, he was shown two past lives. In one, he was an Indian prince who mercilessly beat his servants. And then in his second past life that he was shown, he was an Afghan poppy farmer addicted to opiates, his own product. So what happened here is that in his NDE, he was being shown that in his current life, he was missing out on the opportunity to improve or to learn what he'd come here to learn. And that was how to overcome addictions and not rely on these crutches that life can hand us that we can easily, obtain to not really confront lessons that we are here to learn. So, to overcome addictive tendencies brought on by the need to control and the guilt over beating of people, which would be in this life, his son, into submission. So his NDEs changed his life. He was able to overcome the addictions. He finally allowed his son to follow his own path. They had a great relationship afterward. He gave up his wealth to live modestly, and he gave up his practice to actually become a spiritual healer. So through his NDE, which again showed that the soul's growth is of the utmost importance, he was able to see these clues that were in his current life that he couldn't see before his NDE. Another example, past life regression is one way to find clues in your life as well. So there is a case by hypnotherapist Paul Arond of a patient that he had named Cynthia. This is Cynthia over here. You can see she's very, very sad about her life. She had self-esteem issues when she went to see him. She was unattractive and had a big nose. I hope you appreciate my picture. So this is Cynthia, and you can see she's got a big nose here. She's kind of sad with her life. Well, in the hypnotherapy session, she actually, this is a little bit wrong here. She didn't have an NDE life review. She had the hypnotherapy, but during that, she saw her in-between life. That's your life between the two lives. And it was just before the current lifetime where she had very low self-esteem. And Cynthia said, I was a very beautiful and tall woman, but I was vain. Oh, I was really awful. I felt I was better than anyone else. This is very hard for me to see. How could I have been so arrogant? I ridiculed and made fun of others who were not so beautiful. I was actually really mean. How could I have behaved in such a way? And then, and I have to back up. I made a mistake. This was an NDE that she remembered in her hypnotherapy session. So after that, she realized how horrible she was in her past life. She began to already formulate the plans for her next life. And she said, I certainly don't want to be beautiful in my next life. I want to find out what it is like to be made fun of. I want to be teased and ridiculed. Maybe a big nose would be good. I want to be teased so I really know how it feels and never act this way again. So our looks can really play a part in our soul trajectory, past, present, and future lives. You can take stock of what might be, what you might find a flaw in yourself and say, what kind of emotions does this drive in me? What can it teach me?